Welcome, adventurers and curious souls, to a journey through the darkest and most mysterious corners of our planet. Prepare to discover the most dangerous places on Earth, where nature reigns supreme and danger lurks around every corner. In this journey, we will unveil hidden secrets, surprising statistics, and facts that defy the imagination. Death Valley, USA. Hell on Earth. Our first destination takes us to the heart of the Mojave Desert in California. Death Valley, a name that sends shivers down the spine. But what makes this place so fearsome? Imagine a place where the thermometer has recorded the highest temperature on Earth, 134 degrees Fahrenheit, 56.7 degrees Celsius. A true open-air furnace. With an area of 5,000 to 100 square miles, 13,518 square kilometers, this valley is inhabited by only 576 brave souls. But don't be fooled. The low population density does not mean that Death Valley is a peaceful place. Here, danger comes in various forms. Sandstorms can arise out of nowhere, engulfing everything in their path. The scorching ground can melt the soles of unsuspecting visitors' shoes. And for those thinking of venturing alone, a word of warning: cell phone signal is practically non-existent. But there is beauty in this hell. The golden sand dunes, colorful rock formations, and rare fields of flowers that appear after the rains turn this place into a paradise for photographers, if they can withstand the heat, of course. North Sentinel Island, India, the isolated mystery. Now, let's travel to a place so mysterious that few have seen it up close and lived to tell the tale. North Sentinel Island, located in the Indian Ocean, is one of the most isolated and dangerous places in the world. With an area of only 28 square miles, 72 square kilometers, this small island holds a secret that has intrigued anthropologists and adventurers for centuries: the Sentinelese. This indigenous tribe, estimated to number between 50 and 400 individuals, lives in complete isolation, rejecting any contact with the outside world. The danger here does not come from nature, but from the inhabitants themselves. Known for their hostility to outsiders, the Sentinelese do not hesitate to attack any intruder with arrows and spears. In 2018, an American missionary who attempted to make contact was killed as soon as he set foot on the island. The Indian government has prohibited any approach within a radius of 5 kilometers from the island, making it one of the few places on Earth where modern civilization has not penetrated. What do these people know that we do not? What ancient secrets do they guard on their forbidden island? Danakil Desert, Ethiopia, the alien landscape. Our next destination takes us to a place that seems to have come from another planet. The Danakil Desert in Ethiopia is often described as the most inhospitable place on Earth. Located 328 feet 100 meters below sea level, Danakil is a cauldron of geothermal activity. Here, bubbling acid lakes, sulfur geysers, and active volcanoes create a surreal and deadly landscape. With average temperatures of 93.9 degrees Fahrenheit, 34.4 degrees Celsius, that can reach 122 degrees Fahrenheit, 50 degrees Celsius during the day, and humidity levels close to zero, Danakil is a challenge even for the most resilient. Only 1.2 million people live in the Afar region, where the desert is located, in an area of 27,800 square miles, 72,000 square kilometers. But the most fascinating part of Danakil is its multicolored acid pools. These lagoons, with a pH close to zero, are so acidic that they can dissolve human bones in a matter of hours. Yet, against all odds, extremophile life forms have been discovered thriving in these impossible conditions. Scientists believe that studying Danakil can give us clues about how life could exist on other planets. Are we looking at a version of primordial Earth? Or perhaps at the future of our planet, Ramri Island, Myanmar, the crocodile nightmare? Prepare for a story that seems straight out of a horror movie. Ramri Island, located in Myanmar, formerly Burma, was the scene of one of the most terrifying episodes of World War II. With an area of 520 square miles, 1,350 square kilometers, and a current population of approximately 400,000 inhabitants, Ramri appears at first glance to be a typical tropical island. But it hides a deadly secret. It is home to thousands of saltwater crocodiles, some measuring over 20 feet 6 meters long. In 1945, during the Battle of Ramri, about 1,000 Japanese soldiers found themselves trapped in a swamp on the island. What followed was described by some as the largest crocodile attack on humans ever recorded. It is estimated that only 20 soldiers survived the massacre. Today, the island is calmer, but danger still lurks in the murky waters. The crocodiles of Ramree are known for their aggressiveness, and it is not uncommon to hear stories of attacks on local fishermen. The question remains, what makes these crocodiles so fierce? Is there something in the waters of Ramree that turns them into killing machines? Or are we witnessing a unique evolution of these prehistoric reptiles? Mount Sinabung, Indonesia, the dormant fury. Our next destination takes us into the bowels of the earth, where fire and fury meet. Mount Sinabung, located on the island of Sumatra in Indonesia, is one of the most active and unpredictable volcanoes in the world. Standing at 8,071 feet to 1,460 meters, Sinabung dominates the landscape of the Karo region. About 370,000 people live in the vicinity of this dormant giant, in an area of approximately 820 square miles to 1,127 square kilometers. But Sinabung's slumber is restless and treacherous. After almost 400 years of inactivity, Sinabung awoke in 2010, catching everyone by surprise. Since then, its eruptions have been frequent and devastating. In 2014, a particularly violent eruption claimed 16 lives and forced the evacuation of more than 30,000 people. The danger in Sinabung comes not only from lava and ash. The burning clouds, known as pyroclastic flows, are the real threat. These avalanches of superheated gas and volcanic debris can reach speeds of up to 435 miles per hour, 700 kilometers per hour, and temperatures of 1832 degrees Fahrenheit, 10 degrees Celsius, destroying everything in their path. But why do people continue to live in the shadow of this monster? The answer lies in the incredibly fertile volcanic soil, which provides abundant harvests. It's a deadly game of Russian roulette with nature. Can we predict when Sinabung will erupt again? Or are we at the mercy of the whims of this fiery titan, Lake Natron, Tanzania? The waters of death. Our next destination seems to have come from a dark fairy tale. Lake Natron, located in northern Tanzania, is one of the most lethal bodies of water on the planet. Covering an area of 401 square miles, 1,040 square kilometers, Lake Natron is shallow, not exceeding 10 feet 3 meters in depth. But do not be fooled by its apparent tranquility. The waters of this lake are a deadly cocktail of chemicals. The lake's pH can reach 10.5, almost as alkaline as ammonia. The water temperature can reach 140 degrees Fahrenheit, 60 degrees Celsius. And most surprisingly, the lake is extremely rich in natron, a compound of sodium carbonate and sodium bicarbonate, giving the water an almost viscous consistency. These extreme conditions are fatal for most forms of life. Animals that come into contact with the lake's water are quickly calcified, turning into salt statues. The shores of the lake are a macabre cemetery of petrified birds and other animals. Curiously, despite its deadly waters, Lake Natron is the primary breeding ground for lesser flamingos. About 2.5 million of these birds gather here to breed, their legs protected by special scales. How can such an inhospitable place be the cradle of life for millions of creatures? What secrets of adaptation do these flamingos hold? Ilha Quamada Grande, Brazil, the island of snakes. Our journey now takes us to a piece of land that seems to have come from a snake nightmare. Ilha Quamada Grande, located about 21 miles, 33 kilometers off the coast of São Paulo, Brazil, is known for a chilling reason. It is home to thousands of golden lancehead pit vipers, one of the most venomous snakes in the world. With an area of only 430,000 square meters, this small island has an impressive snake density. It is estimated that there is 1 snake per square meter. This means that with every step you take on the island, you are less than a meter from a deadly snake. The golden lancehead pit viper, found only on this island, has evolved in isolation for thousands of years. Its venom is 5 times more potent than that of its mainland relatives and can melt the flesh around the bite. There is no specific antidote for this species' venom. The Brazilian government has prohibited visits to the island except for authorized researchers. The last attempt at human habitation ended in tragedy. The lighthouse keeper and his family were found dead, supposedly victims of snake attacks that entered their house through the windows. But why so many deadly snakes on such a small island? The answer lies in the island's unique ecology. With no natural predators, the snakes have become the top of the food chain, feeding mainly on migratory birds that use the island as a stopover. Does Ilha Queimada Grande hold other secrets besides its deadly snakes? What other creatures might have evolved in this isolated natural laboratory? The allure of danger. As we conclude our journey through the most dangerous places on Earth, we cannot help but reflect on the allure these locations hold over us. Why are we so drawn to these hostile and deadly environments? Perhaps it's the adrenaline, the desire to test our limits, or simply the curiosity to explore the unknown. Whatever the reason, these places remind us of the incredible diversity and power of nature on our planet. They show us that no matter how advanced we have become technologically, there are still corners of our world that remain wild, untouched, and dangerous. They are living reminders that the Earth still holds many secrets and that our journey of discovery is far from over. The next time you feel the call of adventure, remember, danger might be closer than you think. Who knows what other deadly places are yet to be discovered? What other challenges does nature have in store for the explorers of the future? The world is vast and full of wonders and dangers. And you, adventurer, are you ready to explore its darkest corners?